like and subscribe. When does your partner look the sexiest? Honestly, when I am riding on top of him, and I ask him to look into my eyes right before his euphoric moment. A little TMI. A little cringe to share. But hands down sexy. That's super hot, the eye contact and connection at that moment. So intense, so vulnerable. Love it. My partner isn't particularly vocal, so if there's an involuntary moan slash grunt slash hum etc. when he goes, I immediately get off in that moment. His normal is usually pretty passionate, and there's always eye contact, but if he closes his eyes, slightly tilts his head back, and lets out vocally in that second, I can tell it was a really intense one for him. Definitely a power trip seeing a big man get a bit weak in the knees XD. 100% second this. The height and level of connection intensifies everything, and I lose myself in him, and the moment in the best way possible. I rarely see him during sex, because whenever I'm riding I throw my head back, and we don't do missionary. Though I can say with full confidence, that he looks hot during foreplay. I am quite inexperienced and only had one partner in the past, so maybe my opinion will change, but I just think guys look so goofy, when I look down at them when I am on top. I don't know why, the angle just feels comedic. Like Hella's just lying there like a sweaty starfish and I am just looking down at him like a judgmental dog owner. But when we're both naked. For real, I hope I experience the super hot and passionate experience of being on top, that you described, because so far a vertical bar it ain't at doing it for me. OMG that is hot. He only takes off his glasses when he's naked, sex, sleeping or showering, so even if he's just taking them off just to clean them, it's like a Pavlov bell. Tehi, I can relate to this. Plus, I swear my partner's eyes look bigger and more beautiful when he takes his glasses off. Same thing used to happen with my ex, he had glasses. I miss that feeling. Mine is the same. In my head I think of it as his Clark Kent slash Superman mode. That said, it also works when he gets naked to go to bed and forgets to take his glasses off. Then I have got Clark in bed. Pavlov's bell. Best analogy ever. I feel this LMAO. I am the opposite. Sometimes my guy leaves his glasses on during sex. I don't know why I like it, but I do. I used to love staring at my late husband when he was asleep. For some reason, knowing that he chose to be there with me, and the level of trust he placed in me to fall asleep next to me every single night, was overwhelming at times. He was strong physically, but his vulnerability, and his trust in me to show it, was what made me fall in love with him over and over for 25 years. What happened between you two? If you don't mind me asking. I just got out of a 4-year relationship and even that hurt like hell. I feel this with my current girlfriend, Guy here. She was raped as a child, and to know that she trusts me implicitly never fails to give me the fuzzes and makes me want to work harder to be a good partner and friend to her. It hurts to contemplate what she's been through. The perpetrator walks free half a world away for a variety of complicated reasons, and I'd love nothing more than to make him suffer for what he did to her. This is so incredibly sweet. I teared up after reading this, because my girlfriend is currently laying next to me, all curled up and sleeping. She's the most amazing woman I know, and I feel so overwhelmed realizing how special it is that she trusts me enough to sleep next to me. Today she doesn't feel good, and asked me to relax in bed with her, and I'm just so touched that she needed me here, so she could sleep it off. I'm so sorry for your loss. Oh my god, thank you. This is exactly how I feel about my girlfriend, but couldn't find the words to describe it. Thank you so much. I'ma show this to her and she's gonna swoon. And sending so much love. What you wrote about loving your husband was so beautiful. I can only hope to find that in this lifetime, if even for a little while. I'm so sorry for your loss. Just out of the shower with a towel around his waist. Classic, and his hair is still wet. They do look hot with wet hair. This. And when Hella's combing his hair with a towel around his waist. Or YESD. When he's deep in thought, or working on something intensely. The little brow furrow. Oof. That or when I can see his face in the mirror, when he's hitting it from behind it's actually probably a pretty similar facial expression lol. Super interesting. Oof, yes, that second orno vertical bar cannot get enough of it. Guy, I'd love to do the second one, if I was not so self-conscious seeing my own face cancels out seeing his face. When Heller's in the middle of getting dressed, but then he gets distracted so Heller's just walking around with his pants undone, underwear showing. Absolutely eye candy. Preach. He is hands down the sexiest when he is fixing anything around the house. Men are at their sexiest when fixing stuff yen. I asked my wife this, and she said every time you do drywall. I had no idea. Oh. I'm a toothy, and not particularly attractive man. But I met a woman who asked me to put up curtain rails in every room in her new house. When I got there she had invited friends over like it was a party, and these 3 women followed me from room to room, sitting with wine and snacks and just watching me work. It was super awkward and I refused the £20 offered payment just so none of them would ask me to do it again. It's one of only 2 times in my life when women have been interested in me en masse. The other time was when I was walking through town with a mop and cleaning supplies. Women looked at me then, like I was covered in kittens. Yes. My so don't know it get it. But I am like, darn look at you installing those shelves. Haha. Makes me wonder if it works the opposite way. Does my husband think I look sexy when I fix things around the house? Edit, I got up the nerve to ask, and he says absolutely. When she's dancing. She's a really good dancer, and has so much joy when she dances. I love this answer. So cute. This is the cutest. The smile when I ride him, and pulls me closer for a kiss. That's also hot. I love it so much when my husband smiles. When Heller's working on something. I went into the garage yesterday, and he was shirtless with just his jeans on, and was in the middle of making me a quilt laduro vertical bar. His arm muscles were all big and bulging. Took me a few minutes to recover lol. When Heller's bringing me my morning coffee. This D. Whenever I look at him. Wow, this is the best answer right here. When I am trying to be patient and quiet, while they are handling business, and they pull me into their arms to be closer. To feel wanted and adored in those moments is precious to me. I see them for who they are, and for them to want me to be with them in those pure moments, is very sexy to me for some reason. When he is doing something like chopping wood, hard physical labor. Or when we're having sex and I can see the primal look in his OSO vertical bar Ugh, that primal gaze, where they look half crazed. When my so gets so into it, he starts sort of grunting / growling swear it's a lot sexier than it sounds D. My ex used to hate that look. She said it makes her feel unsafe. And one time I did grunt, she thought I was becoming animal. Well, in her defense it was our first time ever. When he lifts his arms over his head, and you can see the band on his underwear and the hairs on his lower stomach. Or when we cuddle, and he looks down to me, and give me a kiss on the forehead. I melt. Haha, this is the answer. In his little reading glasses. He hates wearing them, but asterisk DAAAMMMNNN asterisk Heller's fine in them. Literally all the time to me. Heller so handsome absence. But right now I am away so when a rover feet I am just like holy. He can literally be doing anything, and I just think Heller's incredibly sexy. Edit, we broke up, but he is still sexy. Long distance can be hard. My partner keeps saying, how excited they are to see me eye roll. Oh man. So sorry about the edit, that was so sudden. The man is just so fine. When he's chopping firewood. When Heller's in my field of view. The best answer. When he's doing something sweet. When he teases me, and tries and makes me laugh. He's so sexy, when he flirts as well. Or the super intense look he gives me before Hella's about to kiss me makes me melt. Right after his workout. He's almost 60 and is the most buff he's ever been. That coupled with a little bit of a beard and it's irresistible. How is he buff at 60? Just curious. Reddit needs to stop reminding me of how single I am. FR. Watching him make me chicken and waffles and dancing around to Ariana Grande. When Hella's on top of me. His chest and arms and shoulders look so good. All the time. Well, he was. When we were together. I'm so sorry. I'm going through a breakup 2D dashy. The way he looks at me during sex. Naked DDD. All of the above. But for me, when he kisses me. But not like the usual nice kissing. The ones where I'm still doing something, and he pulls me in really intensely. You know the one I mean. At the gym lifting weights. When he has just woken up, just in his underwear, with puffy eyes and messy hair. This is mine too. Like if paper newspapers were a common thing, I'd find him sexiest bleary-eyed, beard scratching, with a paper under his arm in his underwear. When Hella's caring for our child, taking something off my hands, or working on our farm. Right out of the shower, before he puts that towel on and Hella's dripping wet, or when he is grooming himself. I don't know why, but when Hella's standing in front of our bathroom mirror, just as confident as can be, while styling his Hero vertical bar, I just love it. When Hella's in his grey sweatpants, a white t-shirt, and his glasses. Bonus if he just got out of the shower and his hair is still wet. Dude here. Can I ask what's with the grey sweatpants? Seems like the last few days, suddenly women on the internet, big point on about grey sweatpants. What is it about them? Secondary question, do you know where I can get a good deal on multiple pairs of grey sweatpants? Yes. OMG. This is literally an irresistible combination for me. The comfort. The simplicity. I love it. Why is it important that they're grey? When he's ordering something in the restaurant. When Hella's covered in sweat from his workout. When she jumped up in her seat in that grey tank top that I kinda used to notice, but she gained weight, so the girls were jump in and the tank could barely hold them in. Also when she cooks for me cause that's like twice a year. These comments got me sweating. Same. When he is wearing his work clothes. What is his job? The look he has on his face the moment he realizes we're no longer being just love-a-dove but we are gonna. Usually when I run my hand over his bulge or bite his ear, etc. His eyes just open wide and his eyebrows raise, and he looks at me like yes. Please. More. You've been visited by the ghost of a very important man. Pay your respects by liking and subscribing, and he'll grant you 3 weeks of good luck.